try to play for a balcony peak, which it seems like that they want to go for the waterfall, and that opener from Emma can change the round completely.
Careful though. Still 2 on long. Cello in pit, who's down to 7 health and will be overrun. The headshot is a little bit too much, but it doesn't really matter. What a break of the A side that is from Eternal Fire. A double kill from M-Star.
I mean, it might, but it probably wouldn't entice them enough. They don't got kits. And that means that with Sound dead, everything is on Lonex. They couldn't even pick the dualies, despite being really low HP at the start of the round. And again, I feel like we are going to highlight this a lot.
Running away with things. I think it's also hard, Volt, right, to begin straight off the bat after just losing a game in the semi-finals to immediately continue. Hopefully they can find their form back, because this is really tiring.
Yeah, and again, as you said, it's very tiring. It was a very long series as well, so for them, this is the suffering one, but somehow the hold actually entails some success. Emma, though, holds it down strong. A double kill from him.
That nade is good. Oh, it does 26 damage, so pretty nice. 17 health left. He's going to try to deny this plant. Oh, no. And now Zello will arrive. The time is running out. They're both going to start running in. As long as they play together. This could be a rough time. Planting it. He has enough time. Cello needs a headshot. Alex needs the same, but he has some more bullets to work with.
Oh no.
Body shot.
Oh!
Cello takes it. A body shot and a headshot.
This is where the Tech 9s would reign supreme, and if they find their opening, things could be easy. If you look at Nexus, they're actually more scared about the pop into short more than top mid, so they've at least conceded that part of the map. It's just about the hold from here on this execute. Emma is on the lurk, and they're gonna get into the site itself.
Ooh, Raga will try to chime in. Helps with it. Beautifully done. What an execute from Eternal Fire.
Back-to-back forces would be honestly a bit rough for both teams to start, because it just puts a question mark in who will have the better read on the macro. Right now, everybody's just playing on their individual level. A second kill for Jesse, and just that single rifle remaining, button desperately. They got all those rifles back in addition to the Galil that they've already purchased. And we're gonna go back to...
Dostlarım merhaba. CSGO skins'te 2 tane çekilişimiz vardı. 50 dolarlık ve 250 dolarlık. Bu 50 dolarlık skin çekilişimiz sonuçlanmış. Laos MDFK diye birine çıkmış. Çekilişin sonuçlanması da ortalama 25-26 gün sürdü. 13 kişi katılmış. Şu anda da aktif olarak bir çekilişimiz daha var. Bıçak çekilişi 251 dolarlık. Açıklamadaki linkten 3 dolar yükleyerek buna da katılabilirsiniz. İsterseniz envanterinizle, isterseniz kredi kartıyla ya da kriptoyla ödeme yapabilirsiniz. Ve şu promosyon kodunu kullanmayı unutmayın. Hoşça kalın. Bay bay.
You don't really expect to win the round. You're gonna play a whole lot more free. Maybe hitting some more crazy shots. Good start though on this round from Eternal Fire, as they're looking for that conversion.
Button, the one rifle that they had, that they desperately relied upon, couldn't really deliver that much. So it's gonna be an easy one here for Eternal Fire. Sure, maybe Zello can find an opportune timing, but even then, Enstar already found their first. It's all about Zello just trying to save that AK or custom damage, a second kill.
You're not able to get anywhere, right, with your control, but Eternal Fire definitely have their aim to back up and get things going. A little bit of a pistol buy here down middle. Yeah, okay. That is that.
Yeah, it would look scary for a second, but yeah, you know, everything got held well. It's really good of Eternal Fire to actually maintain some composure, and as always, the majority of that firepower.
For example, on Ancient, he plays aggressive with that big green. I think on Inferno, there's not many options, right, to really go aggressive, but not opting for it either. Good shot from Sound to start.
If you look at Zello, he was supposed to be the rotator, but he does not think it's going to be a B exec here that comes, though.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been there in time, I think. No utility for Nexus to stop this, just a flex on BTN. Investing way too much early in the round to simply play on the site. 20 seconds, good nade from Zello, but will there be enough to hold them tight? BTN tries as he desperately wants more, only good for the one. Retake still on though. Oh, never mind.
Time. Luxon is trying to stick it. He might have just enough. Never mind. It is denied by Nexus. It is just about taking the next step, because this is where sometimes they try to peek and they do it again, this time not respecting the potential of an op. and Emma instantly punishes. The rotation is quick from Zedo, but they don't have a lot of utility. There is the flash, and they're gonna try to stop them as long as they can, but not a single kill from the anchors. The side is open, and this should be a call for saving.
Yeah, utility from BTM, but it was too late to deny anything from happening. Easy Kafka in the end, it looks like. Good spray from Cello, still attempted, but Nexus really feeling starstruck at the moment. Just finding one round with pistols and the other one that was a scrambled one. The rest is all Eternal Fire so far.
They understand where this round will end. They got 50 seconds, enough time for Eternal Fire to rotate, but they are set on this site.
Set to play. Two players defined. Lonex needs to be the X Factor. Up there with the 5-7. I like the weapon, but I don't like. Now it's up to them to play their fool by sound still. Obviously he's going to try to do something. Wow, what a prediction.
They employ their utility, and after deploying it, then they try to retake the angle. Now a little bit more cautious on the B side play, and more aggressive towards the A side, but that means that they will be punished. And that could be Eternal Fire scaling up. Then ain't not doing that much damage. Lonix though, catching them off guard to keep the duels even. A 4-on-4, but they already scaled very heavily on the site itself, and they have cleared the site. It's all about BTN, and he is able to hold for the one. The smoke dissuades him for a little bit, and it leaves us in a spot where it might be a 2-on-2 retake, unless Calix can save this round. There comes the first, and Sound could not be strong enough for the trade. It's a very harsh minute here, as a lot of smokes are deployed. There might be a timing for Sound to find the 1v1. Looking for the peak as he walks further away. They're closing in, spots the arm, but Sound
In the end clutching, but he only found 2 kills. The start of the round could have been played much better. Rough state of things. Seymour is ready for it, wants to go for more. Fully flashed as BTN takes him out this round. Still, a lot less cash as Nexus wanted to. Just one person surviving everywhere on the map. Looking for an open, looking for an entry. They know.
Oh.
Nexus can only play one on each side.
leave the round a piece. They still might catch him on the other end. He's not looking. He's not ready, but he is prepared to find a shot. The Obdo has got the line. And can they hold it on for dear life? It's going to be a 1-on-2, but as we've said, Zedo has got the proper line, but he leaves the bomb.
If you see utility, we're going to start running back, but they will soon suspect. They will soon suspect Buxello is trying to deny the plant up front.
He's in the best spot possible. He should at least have one free kill. Never mind Luxon.
Now I'm gonna check side because I think someone might be there. I mean, it's a good read this time, but probably Cello is like with his hand in his air, like, okay, you just blend and then you're gonna check everything.
I feel like Zedo might just got a little tilted off of that. I'm just a little bit concerned about. Sure, there's only one more round left in the second half, but for their final buy, if they repeat the same mistakes and they try to retake B, and especially Banana, midway through the round, that is a recipe for disaster, because every time that he held onto the AWP, it has been disaster for Nexus. This time, a little bit better. But him find another kill, and Lonix almost finding a backstab there. 30 seconds left on the timer, and he seemed that it is appropriate to go to the other site, but that opens up the few guns to be picked up. Sound already on the AK. The other one, though, is nowhere near for them to pick up, so Button instead is trying to go to the other angle, spotted easily.
Being weapon that you can buy. Next to that, I think loss bonus that's starting to build up, so would be an op. Going to Cello. He's gonna be with his knife out. Eternal Fire. It will make the retake just so much more powerful. Well, now it just seems like they're throwing a lot of utility, but they're still like dry peeking the half wall. Doesn't make much sense. What does make sense is this frag from Emor. He was...
So it makes sense they expect an alternate angle, just right on the money for Emma. Perhaps a bit of a stroke of fortune for him there, but it will be a stroke of misfortune if they try to hold on to that banana position. But the utility is perfect for one. Not expecting down. Sound, though, was going to be disastrous. 2 only. Sure, it brings the round back into being playable, but it is still advantage for Eternal Fire as they go in to put the bomb down.
Raga trying to swing, catches his first 2 kills of the game, and now he can tap, but he can also stick. He doesn't know that he's coming from CT. Calyx starting to run, wants to shift now. Lonex sticking. Is gonna go for the full 10-second stick. Yep, that's Lonex winning the round.
Oh, the
no.
Molotov.
He has his moments. This game as well, he's been struggling with form. That's his 3rd kill.
Find the multi-kill on their trade sequences, but it doesn't seem that they will be the one to be tested. The rotation there is perfect from Nexus. Immer, though.
Starting to accelerate. They won't hear it yet. Now, Lumsen is aware. Juresi is starting to check behind as well. Needs to find some frags with the Glocks. Close up. 1 kill gets found. Juresi is going to run right into Xello. Rush him down with a P250. Nexus. Still in pole position. Find this round. Gilbretta still in play. Emar cannot make it happen. Galax might. He comes from A and taps down 1. 2 to find with a flashbang potentially still on Cello. Right hand throws it.
Topsy-turvy, I'd have to say, but they're getting the wrong read again. You know, we talk about the reads. There are 3 MP9s on the angle. M-Star looking to utilize the HE. That's one spraying down the other one on the trade is Luxon. Zedo is trying to peek, but he too will be punished. So whether they are on the T side or the CT side.
For Nexus. Braga will look to push from on top. He's going to find Emor, but at the same time, Calyx just waiting. Waiting for the time, waiting for a hit, waiting for a plant. They're now expecting library as well. Lovely plate. Inspection from Luxon. The end is nearing. 50th, let's say in 2024. And then 60th in 2023. So, there hasn't been so many peaks. And this lineup is still so young. There's a lot to gain.
Yeah, and a lot of young players on the other side as well. Except they're not really relying on both of the veterans. You know, M-Star and Jurassic both really carrying their weight. Does Luxon himself still not up to the task of parity at this level. Immer holding on pretty well. That multi-kill buys just enough time for the rotates to come in from the B side, leaving a 1-on-1. Zedo has been having a good game individually. No damaging utility, so it's necessary to find a good shot. The AK seems shaky. A little bit of jitter,
Ooh.
but they spot the feed, and it's an easy spray. A rookie mistake from Zedo.
This is starting to get out of hand before the game really even sets off.
And as we
Always
said, you know,
those
they
second
just
rounds.
played a game that was a lot closer against an opponent that theoretically is on a higher caliber. Iberian Soul is a very solid team. It is Spain's best. And sure, they had a stand-in, but I would have to say, like, Smoya individually had a really good performance. Zips in the night. There you go. The IGL might have had a chance if he had a better pistol, but to break them down to a reset.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, this game has been interesting as of a whole. This round and follow-ups. Right, Nexus could have been following things through. Talk about that in a bit as this round already commences and the entry has been found. Ooh, Luxon throwing in the smoke right when Braga was out. BTN also hit down. Lonex that's been softened up. It doesn't look great for Nexus. Individual fights taken. On Dust 2 we see so much cohesion at times. Whereas here it just seems like they're all fighting for themselves. Interesting, because they're going to go B.
It's fading. You don't have a chance to seal the round there. A big whiff as he could not handle the spray. And now it leaves the IGL with Eternal Fire. But now he's back to build his own empire. And they're making it a very easy round. HE, here's the angle. They got a Molotov as well onto Juresi. So it should be pretty easy to hold around. They're not expecting graveyards though. There might be a multi-kill in them, but unfortunately for BTN.
Really just thinking about an hour ago, them playing an overtime game against Iberian Soul. Good fight from Braga to open. Juresi is watching for this mid-presence through short, some push, and yeah. I mean, if you're not going to win the util battle, you might as well just win the aim battle. Emor, looking at a retake here for Eternal Fire.
Well, that retake coming in pretty quick. Look at the nade spam. Anybody at the angle. But it's all about M-Star. He's supposed to be the insurance policy. Starts off the retake. They don't know where the other two are, but they expect Graveyard to be an option. Not yet, at least. BTN with Calyx. They're looking for the angle. He spots the one. This time, able to convert a multi-kill. And time is running low. No time left for Eternal Fire. This round is over anyways. But they will make sure that nobody's left alive.
Although behaving on thin ice, are at least going to have a little bit of a chance to make this comeback work. There's still much more needed, and it all started off the back of just some fast pushes without any utility, kind of, which caught Eternal Fire completely off guard. They will try something similar towards B by the looks of things.
Yeah, but they understand that Eternal Fire got a much weaker set of firepower, but they're still testing the MP9 up close. And we've seen the two MP9s do some magic before. They will do it again. This is still an algorithm to them on that B site. So Zello left in a 1-on-4. And while the superstar of Immer is down, we still got 3 more players to find. One of them is set on arches, and it's an easy shot for Luxon. Seal off the first map. Inferno